I gave the toast, and I said, if you want to know my advice on a good relationship, I would start with saying, don't be an asshole. Just, don't be because
That's right.
you see people disrespecting each other all the
That's low
time.
emotional intelligence. That's an asshole. That's low EQ.
Yes, yeah, and I never understood that. To me, that's entirely illogical. Um, I understand if you hate someone's guts and don't care what they think, and you just say, "Get out of my face." But when you're talking to somebody that's supposed to be your ally, like your wife, well,
Hmm.
you're supposed to talk to your wife in a certain way, no matter how you feel. Talk to your husband a certain way, no matter how you feel. Talk to your siblings a certain way, no matter how you feel. Your business partner, you talk a certain way, no matter how you feel, because these are valued relationships.
That's right.
These are your allies. And, and,
That's
and,
right.
and, and you look at Musk and Trump, for example, you're
Right.
turning a close ally into an enemy. That's a
That's right.
recipe for self-destruction, if there ever was one.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, like my enemies can hit me from a distance. Your allies can put that knife right into your kidney because they're right next to you.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
my dad, he was a gangster in his own way. He turned into a cop, and he used to say, he said to me when he came to visit me at Syracuse, and he said something like, he said, keep your enemies close and your friends closer.
That's right.
I said, but wait, in The
Or
Godfather,
keep
did
your,
they
your,
say
your
keep
keep
your
your
friends
friends
close
close
and
and
your
your
enemies?
enemies closer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I said it wasn't
That's
the
right.
other way around. He said no. He said because it's your friends that they're the ones who do you. It's not your enemy. You're
Yeah.
looking out for your enemy. It's not,
That's right.
So let me ask you this, Dr. Frazier,
Let,
because
let
I
me just say this about that because that's a wonderful point.
please.
And I say this all the time. Friends are critically important because it's God's way of apologizing for your relatives, right? You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your relatives, right?
That's
And
right.
the story of my
That's
life
right.
is I ended up running away from my brothers who were heroin addicts and
Oof.
dealers in Brooklyn, New York, when I aged out of foster care. And had I not
Wow.
gotten out of that brownstone in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York, you and I would not be having this conversation. When I ran away, very, very important. I tried to get my younger brother Joseph, to come with me. I said, "We're going to go to Cleveland. We have a sister there. This is a very toxic environment. We do not want to spend any major time here." I said, "Come with me." I called her, and she'll take us in. He said, "No, no, no, no. I'm going to hang. I'm going to hang with my older brothers." Okay, so I said, "Okay." I blessed them and released them, and I got on a Greyhound bus, packed my shit up, got on a Greyhound bus, and went to Cleveland, Ohio. 3 years later, my sister calls me and says Joseph was just killed in a drug deal that went bad. Not only was he killed because they bombed his apartment, the six brothers who were hanging with Joseph, right, in a little social event, but they were killed too.
Oh my goodness.
Be careful who you're hanging with,
Wow. That's a
right? So this is hugely important. It's hugely important, and so that I just want to put the mic
mm,
down on that because
mhm.
that's it, one bad decision, right, like that can change your entire life.